Welcome back, everyone. We got a lot of updates on this video, so we should just jump right in and start with the most obvious ones. And these are the icons located on the top left of our screen. Now, while drawing them, I tried to make them as obvious as possible, but some of them might still not be as obvious as I would like them to be, so we should just go through them quickly, just to be safe. And we should start with the most obvious one, and that is this red bar on the top left, and that is our health bar. And the numbers on it represent our health and maximum number of health that we have originally, so we can know, like how much damage that we tanked. And the shield looking icon below it, believe it or not, it's a shield. And the number on it represents how much hit our shield can tank before it will go down. So we can check there, or we can look around our ship to, make sure that we still have a shield that, we can rely on or not. And this thunderbolt, lightning, or the electricity symbol right next to it, that's probably the least obvious icon, and that is our dash icon. Now, originally we were just doing dodge when we pressed this, I guess, shift button, and now we also do a dash. So it's a dodge slash dash now, and because we get a little speed boost now that you will probably see in a minute. And I feel like symbolically it makes sense to like link dashing with like a thunderbolt lightning symbol, because these are like fast stuff and dashing is fast. So I felt like that made sense. So I'm hoping you guys would be agreeing with me as well. And besides this, I have some like changes in the, I guess, the gameplay as well. Now, originally when we're like moving around, we have this I guess tail lighters or like the trails that are somewhat long, and after we're done with dashing, they're gonna get shrinked a little bit until they regenerate, and we can tell that if they're long, our dash is available, and if they're short, they are not ready for like dashing yet. So that's one way of understanding without even looking at the top left screen, that we have a dash available. And something else I guess I changed compared to the previous video is our shield glows around our entire ship now, and it used to just glow around the edges, and that's because I felt like it would have been too distracting to glow around the entire ship. But now I'm feeling like that is not as distracting as initially I thought. After playing my game a bit, I feel like this looks a little bit better, and it's more like a visually obvious indicator. So I like this one a little bit more now. And another thing, I guess the biggest thing I was working upon this video is the wave system, and unfortunately it's still not finished yet, but it's in a state where I can show you guys what's going on, so you guys would have an idea about like what's happening. And the best way to do that is just playing through my game and like describing to you guys what's happening and why that is happening, so you guys would have an idea about like what's going on behind the scenes. So let's do just that. Okay, I'm gonna start the waves now, and I started the waves, and we spawned two of these green guys, and they're attacking at us immediately. They spawn somewhere at the edge of the screen, and it's fine. The question is, why do we have two of these green guys only? And that is because each wave have a difficulty level, and for the wave 1, that is 4. And what the wave spawner tries to do is match the difficulty of the enemy spawned to the difficulty of the level, and it keeps on spawning enemies until it matches up. And one green guy has a difficulty of 2, so two of these green guys, 2 times 4, 2 times 2 is 4, and it adds up perfectly. So this is a perfect wave. Let's kill these guys and see what's gonna happen next turn. And we have 4 of these green guys spawned, which is 2 more than the previous wave. What's going on here is that, as we can guess, each wave gets a little bit more difficult. And for now, it gets more difficult by like a linear multiple of 4. So this is wave 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So this wave's difficulty is 8. And let's kill these guys and go to the next wave. But before we go to the next wave, some enemies will be able to be spawned after we reach some certain wave level. And blue guy will be spawnable after wave 3. So hopefully it will spawn next turn, and we'll see that as well. It will be spawned randomly, so there's a potentially it might not have been spawned, but it did spawn, and we have 3 of these blue guys now. The blue guy has a difficulty level of 3, and green guy has a difficulty level of 2, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, but this wave's difficulty should have been 12. So what's going on here is that we have a one-off case, and for now this is an edge case that I made it so that it can work, so we can like try and see what's going on. But eventually we're gonna have enemies with difficulty level 1. It's gonna be pretty simple enemies, and it's gonna fix this problem. But for now we have this edge case of like one-off wave difficulties. So normally, like after each wave, we're gonna have like some choices happening where we get some stat boost that could be like health upgrade, could be like damage upgrade, could be some like fire rate stuff and all that important attributes. But well, it's not implemented yet, so we're kind of starting a little bit more powerful than we absolutely should be, because we have some like good fire rate, and like we deal a pretty solid damage. We deal 100 damage each bullet, which is not gonna be the case originally. So while we get the stat upgrades, the enemies will also receive like really small stat upgrades compared to what we receive, and that is because we want to keep the enemies a little bit relevant. We should not like just keep on one-shotting them, and their numbers are the most like their strength in numbers kind of people, so they're not gonna be like super powerful, but they still should be like a little bit threatening in my mind. So we just keep on spawning more enemies after like each wave, and originally we're gonna like have some different waves happening. It's not all gonna be just like combat waves. We're gonna have like waves. We go to shop where we restore some health or like get some equipment, and we're gonna like have boss waves, I guess, most importantly, and we're gonna have some events happening. The boss waves are gonna be basically like this enemies that we face, but they're gonna be like a way more powerful version. And after we kill the boss wave, we're gonna like receive some important upgrade, which is gonna like potentially change the gameplay style that we're going at, and it's gonna be like way more fun than just stat upgrade. So that's gonna be pretty neat. And let's try to reach to the waves where we can like see some red guys, and that's like around wave 8. And something that we should keep in mind is currently currently it's fine, but like we should cap the enemies numbers in this that we spawn, so like we don't have like too many enemies at the same time. Like this is fine for now, but like for wave maybe 60 we might need to spawn like 100 enemies, and if they like shoot 3 bullets each, it will be like 300 bullets, and that will be like too much bullets. That would be like maybe impossible to dodge, and like that will be computationally intensive and all that stuff. So keeping the enemies capped and like maybe increasing the cap a little bit like after every like maybe 10 wave could be a good way of going at it. And as we kill the enemies, it will just keep on respawning, so the enemies will be like staying at the number of cap until we kill enough enemies that it's gonna stop spawning after a while, after we kill enough enemies to reach the threshold for this wave difficulty, and then we'll go to the next wave, which makes more sense. After playing this, I think I came to that conclusion. So let's kill these and try to reach this red enemies and see like what's going on. So I'm not sure. Okay, apparently we are at wave 8, so that's good. As you can see, they're shooting pretty fast, and they're also shooting pretty lot of damage, so I made them spawn a lot later, and I feel like this might need some balancing. Like I'm getting shot at like pretty a lot, so I feel like it might be a little too difficult for me for this difficulty. So I think the game definitely needs some balancing, and although maybe with some like better stat upgrade system it might make more sense. I think I might have been like succeeded this way, but we don't have any option to restore our health, so we're not gonna survive that much. Let's die this turn, intentionally, to see what's gonna happen. And yeah, that's about where we're at currently. And for the next video, I'm hoping to work on the system for the stat increases like between each wave. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And I hope I'll see you guys next video.